Did you know?
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 Did you
Did you
know?
Did you know?
Did you know that New Orleans Seminary is the first seminary started by the Southern Baptist Convention by direct action, and that these gates used to stand right here at the original site of the Baptist Bible Institute on Washington Avenue in historic New Orleans?
Did you know that Lee Harvey Oswald lived right here in this house on Magazine Street and is now a law office?
The original top of Paris's Eiffel Tower sits right here on St. Charles Avenue.
The traditional Cajun food is not always real spicy. It's traditional Creole food who has a real kick to it.
The Plessy v. Ferguson Supreme Court case, which codified the horrendous separate but equal doctrine, came about because Homer Plessy boarded a whites-only train car just across this street, which is now renamed Homer Plessy Way.
Did you know that Canal Street is the widest big city main street in the entire United States because originally they planned to have a canal right here?
Lake Pontchartrain is actually not a lake, it's an estuary.
That the infamous pirate Jean Lafitte fought alongside the U.S. government to help defeat the British in the War of 1812. And it is said that this is the building where the pirate fenced the goods from his ill-gotten gains.
The St. Charles streetcar line is the oldest continuously operating streetcar line in the world.
The Port of New Orleans is actually 100 miles up the Mississippi River from the Gulf of Mexico. 90% of everything you use each day is carried by ship, including enough coffee beans to make 20 billion cups of coffee each year.
The World War II Museum in New Orleans is one of the top-rated museums in the world.
That Commander's Palace is one of the most famous restaurants in the world, where chefs like Paul Prudhomme and Emeril Lagasse got their start.
The Louisiana Purchase, which doubled the size of our country, was signed in this building, known as the Cabildo.
Baptists talk a lot about this place. Mainly it's about the beignets.
Did you know that you can see Louis Armstrong's trumpet right here at the Jazz Museum?
That Antoine's is the oldest family-run restaurant in the United States?
The Pontchartrain Causeway Bridge is the longest continuous water-spanning bridge in the world.
That the Ursuline Convent here in the French Quarter is the oldest structure in the Mississippi River Valley.
The New Orleans Baptist Association of Churches has helped start 6 medical clinics in our city's most underserved communities through the ministries of Baptist Community Health Services.
The St. Louis Cathedral in New Orleans is the longest continually active Roman Catholic cathedral in the United States.
From 1925 to 1995, more babies were born at Southern Baptist Hospital in New Orleans than any other hospital in the city. Through the sale of Baptist Hospital, we created Baptist Community Ministries Foundation, which since 1995 has distributed over $300 million in grants through direct services and grants to nonprofit organizations.
At Congo Square here in Louis Armstrong Park was the Sunday gathering place for Africans. They would come together to dance, to play music, and trade goods. As a matter of fact, the tradition of jazz music and the second line started right here in Congo Square.
Lakefront Airport in New Orleans was the last stop Amelia Earhart made before her fateful attempt to circumnavigate the globe.
That Dooky Chase restaurant was an essential gathering place during the Civil Rights era, and Mrs. Leah Chase was the inspiration behind the role of Princess Tiana from the Disney movie Princess and the Frog.
One of the very first acts to take place at the inaugural meeting of the Southern Baptist Convention in Augusta, Georgia in 1845 was instruction to the newly formed Domestic Mission Board to direct their effective attention to aid the present effort to establish the Baptist cause in New Orleans.
Did you know that God has been at work here in the city of New Orleans for over 300 years? And we are so grateful that you will be joining with us in His work June 11th through 14th as we gather for the 2023 Southern Baptist Convention Annual Meeting to serve the Lord and serve others.